Howdy folks, and welcome back to this Let's Play of Stellaris. My name is Sonelias. Let's load the end of the last save game, which we were playing as the Digital Realm. Even though it's called the Digital Realm, we actually have gone for the worm form. I'm saying the worm form because, of course, the one worm is the one basically we basically shaped our people after. So we had become androids at some point, but yeah, we've had some other advances occurring as well since. Big threat on the western side of the map. Currently, of course, one of these fallen empires is pushing to basically move into this space here. So one of the key things I've actually done, I've actually consolidated all of my fleet units into a single entity here. And it's of course my intention to basically maintain a good watch on this particular area. I probably will be establishing some more military stations here as well to help defend this space. But that's on my to-do list really. I want to make sure that I've got everything fully covered. So military station, I'm going to build here a fortress, I think. Fortress, as you can see, is a bit more difficult to build, but we're going to build one over there, which is the unlikely site from which they will be coming, but it will actually help defend a large zone over there. Alright, so what else are we going to do? We're going to basically have a look at the other systems here. Have I got any systems where I have actually not explored it yet, or I haven't actually exploited all the resources in there yet? Doesn't look like that's the case here at the moment, not in this section here. But then again, I'm quite outstretched in terms of where I've positioned my systems. Now, there are some systems here that look to be in my space, but they're just outside. You look at the little circle here, it's just outside of my space. So it's a little bit deceptive how that appears on the map here. My main space here though, anything else in there that I can do anything with? Doesn't appear there is. It doesn't appear so. Except for this one here. I'm going to build a research station there. But as you can see, I basically retreated a little bit from this space here, and I got another bit of space down here yet again. And these are all fully utilized already. So spot on. So let's get the clock up and running. Let's have a look at our research. We got various different items in the queue. Shield increase, strike craft damage increase, etc, etc. And we do get the occasional diplomatic deal from our neighbors. So this is a deal with these guys here. I used to be a rival with them, but since that threat of that fallen empire has actually occurred, I've actually decided, well, it might be making sense for us to basically get into a position where I can actually defend each other. So if one gets attacked, then the other will help intervene and so forth. It's a bit of a pity that that actual range is so limited. Maybe I should have really gone for not that big station, but more for the smaller stations. But okay, let's just deal with what we got at the moment. Alright, anything else? Guaranteed independence. There was a little bit of offshoot over here. One of those systems broke free, and I've actually made them my vassal. So at least they're part of my realm at present. Looking at my budgets and so forth, where am I spending my money on? As you can see, I'm making a surplus at the moment of 186 credits here. Now I've got a system here where I've actually created a megastructure. Looking at that megastructure, we are currently working on basically expanding that. It's going to be another 5 years at least. I suspect actually longer given the actual number of days. A new faction has recently gained traction in the internal political of the Digital Realm. Led by Governor Maria Dubois, they call themselves the Neo de Italy Supremacy Vanguard. Okay. The supremacy of our... Okay. Interesting. Really? Is that a new offshoot? I didn't realize that. So where is that based? Vassalize the... So it's these guys here, they vassalized who? these guys here, are they new? Looks like it. Okay, I didn't realize that. Always welcome that kind of stuff. One of my threats here, well, former enemies, now friends, want some of my resources, but okay. I guess I need to keep an eye on basically new entities coming into existence. So somehow they broke free of that fallen empire here. One of the key threats to them though is if I were to actually look at the planets here, looking at the planet here for example, apologies, looking at the planet here, looking at the surface, you see that they are currently being exterminated. So they got another year or so until they're all poof gone. My leaders gained a level, which is great. I'm not sure what happens when they're actually poof gone, because do they just stop being, or do they just retreat from there? I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and see what happens, unless of course they're all turned into the fallen empire species. Extermination is not really the route I would want to take in here. Anyways, tachyon lances should be one of my next ones, I think. Currently I've got a major design here, of course, of a battleship. The battleship at the moment, let me just go back to that item in the taskbar here. Fine, trade deal timed out. What I wanted to show you here is that basically in terms of our current design of our battleship, where is it? Up here. That's called the Overlord. We're fully using just the kinetic energy of all these type of weapons. Or I actually maybe want to switch this over to something else. So we're now researching stuff like particle lance and so forth, and that requires an X spot. So we actually haven't got those. So I'm actually going to save this as the beam based. Oop, I'm not sure, it looks like my caps lock is on. Right, I'm going to basically replace those little bits with stronger bits. I'm looking for X slots. I haven't got an X slot on here. It looks like on the stern there doesn't seem to be an X slot either. So do I want to keep a mixture of what I got at the moment? I'm not sure. I'm kind of inclined to really go for pure beams on here. For example, an energy siphon would be useful, but it's got a really short range. So if I look at this one here, it's got a range of 60, whereas this one's got a range of 100. I'm really looking for the longer range stuff, so to speak. 80 that was, and if I look at the gamma one here, that's got 70. 80 for the plasma accelerator. Ignores armor, and I think it's the same for this. Ignores armor. Okay. So what is actually the best configuration? At the moment I got lots of mediums, 2 mediums and 2 large, which is this one here. If I purely go for the artillery one, I'm going to purely switch over to the large ones here. And that means, of course, I can basically fully equip this now with the relevant type of beams that I want to put on there. So let's put a plasma accelerator on there. Okay. As well as, of course, those phase disruptors. Let's look at this design here. I can basically go for the artillery one, which is large again. And I'm going to go for another plasma accelerator. Now down here, I'm going to have to put in the largest power supplies possible, because I want to basically be able to fuel this properly. I also want to be able to put in the relevant shields. So I'm going to put in large shields here as well. Looks like I'm going to be able to put a few more in there with additional capacitors, and it's just pushing it. So I might have to put one extra power supply in here. There we go. That leaves me with a surplus in this instance. Let's double check if I got the latest all on here already. Intermediate. Why have I not got the advanced one on there? Okay, let's go for the advanced. And that one's already got it. Perfect. So that's the new design. That should be in parallel to the others. Let's just put a new item of research in the queue. Kinetic weapon attack speed would be quite useful. New message here, research agreement. Yeah, quite happy with that. Let's just double check that the design is there. Yeah, so Overlord Beam class. Looks different, of course, compared to the other one. And in terms of armor, yeah, I've got less armor on there, but I've got significantly more shields on there. Is my choice here the best choice? Should I maybe put accelerators or afterburners on there? I'm gonna put one afterburner, or maybe even two on there. I know I got shields on there, but at the same time I need to be able to move around. That makes a difference in terms of, yeah, combat speed is 1.9 now. So I got enough thrust thanks to that. Perfect. Perfect. So if I look at the actual Chara world here, I'm going to put some new ships into the queue here. And as you can see, they're the most expensive type of ships I've got. So they're more expensive than the original class I had. So they'll join my current fleet, and I'll probably break that down into two separate fleets eventually. In terms of leaders, I should have enough leaders here. So as you can see, I've got two admirals that I'm not utilizing at present. I just need to see how I'm going to be doing with that. In terms of sectors, I'm okay. The one thing that puzzles me a bit is that these colors are so similar that they're red on red. So where's the difference between these two? Well, I know, of course, how your mouse cursor over it, you see it. But other than that, there is no clear-cut indicator as to which one is which. It's both red. Different shades of red would be nice, but yeah, okay. Got no colony ships at the moment. I do have various different construction ships, of course, still here. I'm inclined to build some more defenses over here. Military station. Let's build a defensive platform. Our observation post on Spring Rain reports that the rise of unusual minority religious artisan movement, the Coil of God. Primarily mechanical clocks are considered holy, but ritually destroyed after a year's operation. The worm and serpent analogy of the planets are protected from harm. Time, the coils, priests say, is a labyrinth. What was will be, what will be was, and the intone in their prayers. That sounds familiar, and of course we're going to keep on observing it. We're going to basically gain a nice boost here in terms of society research. Right, we built that one extra station in this system here already. Going to build a few more, I think, if I can. These circles are relatively similar in size, as you can see. This one's slightly bigger, but yeah, the power of this station here compared to, for example, this station here is quite substantially different. Sector limit is increased. Climate restoration, food output, Loop Institute. I don't want to go for that one. Let's go for that, I think. I'm quite inclined to go for that one. But actually this Moby one is actually quite interesting. Let's go for that one first. Alright, an extra ship. Power of that one ship is set to about 1,000, as you can see. So the power of this one, damage is listed. Okay, I don't see necessarily the power of the individual ships there, but okay. It used to be such that there was an actual cap on the capacity here. That was about 1,000, and it's now looks to have been raised here, so that's good. Now, how can I actually test my ship designs? There must be some way. Is there a smaller, relatively smaller enemy that I can basically just take over? Now these guys here are one of my vassals at the moment. We've reached a limit, of course, on terms of the credit. So what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to speak to the traders here. These guys here. And what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to trade for minerals. There we go. Now looking at that list, there is now the Awakened Ascendancy Superior. They are a different color now. So they're no longer a Fallen Empire, they're marked as Other. Awakened Ascendancy, Stagnant Ascendancy. It would of course be great if it basically some of these two would be getting into conflict with each other. They're likely to attack us, interesting. It's quite interesting to see. Now I do have two worlds where I can easily build battleships of that size on. So I'm actually going to go and build a number more on that second system. To basically spread the load a little bit between those two. Both of them have got a fleet academy, so that gives actually a boost in terms of the capacity of those ships. It might be a good idea to basically start putting more fleet academies into some of these systems here. Observatory. Okay. Let's have a look at all the other ones here. This one really needs to be built up properly. Observatory, synchronized defenses, engineering bay. As you can see, this one needs to be expanded properly, and of course they need to get some solar panels in. And this one hasn't even got a space station. Right, the Coils of God, the Labyrinth Ceremonies. The Coils of God, cult of spring rain, have grown with unusual speed. It can be found in every city on the planet, and it fosters a series of lengthy ceremonies conducted by citizens in every walk of life. The whole species has taken to them with unlikely enthusiasm. The rich adopt elaborate circular dances for their celebrations, and the poor adopt complex looping sigils in their doors. Even playground games are chanted about the circular nature of time. That's unsettling. This is serious. Fascinating. Send a team to study the rite, and particularly if possible. Primitives do primitive things. Okay, let's do this one here. We got a new project that we can start off. I need one transport ship in orbit. A transport ship? Do I have transport ships? It's a transport ship. Let's have a look. So the list here. Does any of them say transport ship? Oh, it does. Interesting. Didn't even know I had that design. What is this? Okay. Let's get this up to speed, I guess. Ah, I know what this is. I know what this is. And of course I need myself a afterburner as well. And I need to replace my power supply from the small over to the medium. And then I can probably put another shield in there. No. There we go. Exactly 0. Auto upgrade. Perfect. Done. So what do I have in terms of transport ships here? Let's basically branch off one of them. I don't want to move any of these really necessarily. Just going to take this one here and then move that into orbit here. If I'm not mistaken, yeah, that's a transport fleet. I'm going to upgrade this one here. Quick upgrade, but it makes them significantly faster. I'm not even sure why I never actually done that before, but okay. We've done it now, that's the key thing. How long is it going to take them to get there? A little while it looks like. Let's see if I can actually break off another one here. Let's break off this one here. maybe it might be quicker for me to just go to one of these planets here and just build another army. 60 days, as you can see, it's a relatively quick one. Sorry, 90 days, not 60. Once that's completed, I should be able to then mount them up or embark them and then send them out. Clock is running at as fast a pace as you can see. There we go. Embark all. We're actually going to take up that one ship, this one here. We're sending it into orbit of that planet there. Ooh, we're there already, so we can now kick up this research project. Our antenographics are fascinated by the complexity of the ceremonies. They hypothesize secret communication channels, stenographic prayer encoding, or algorithmic underpinning to the rituals. In fact, they're returning preliminary evidence of this last when their communication abruptly ceases. In fact, all communication seems to have ceased planet-wide. Reports from satellites and survey craft flyovers confirm there's no activity on the planet at all. No vehicles moving on the roads, no emissions or thermal signals in population centers, no sign of life. And there's the final report. The entire population of the planet, including your antigraphy team, is absent, with all the business of a sudden but not violent exit. Meals were left unfinished, pets unfed, the occasional house aflame with an unattended stove. Gravitational anomalies were recorded at the assumed time of the departure in almost every street. The looped chalk signal of the coils bears witness. The loop never ends. Technology progress, the doctrine, strange loop. Which one do we go for? Okay, let's go for the top. So it looks like we got a new one in our research queue here somewhere. Probably in society. We'll get to that in a couple of months, 9 months I'd say. Okay. Interesting. So as you can see, there's nothing left on that surface here. It's all abandoned. Intriguing though, that can happen. Pretty decent sized planet though. I'm quite inclined to just go and colonize it. Let's pick up someone from Farah and let's make that these kind of people here. 50%. Yeah, I can do that. Let's call it Spring Rain. Let's see what happens. So if I'm not mistaken, I should be building a colony ship now. That's automatically happening there. Of course, here we're still upgrading that spaceport. Observatory, synchronized defenses. In terms of building, we can actually upgrade that station quite easily. So what was the message saying here? There are systems that are not connected to your sectors. Where is that happening? Ooh, up here. Interesting. How did that come about? How did that come about? Okay, so that northern one here seemed to have taken a life of its own. So the complete message here says that these two here are no longer connected, of course, to the main sector, which probably means I need to really create a brand new sector. So let's actually have a look at the map here. Create new sector. Let's pick up these here as well. I should be able to pick up the other ones. There we go. Done. Alright, new sector formed, which makes perfect sense now. It looks like my number of directly controllable systems has dropped for some reason. I'm not quite sure why that is though. Okay. Deal has come to an end. So these guys are still pushing out, expanding further, it looks like. Down here, the Ghost Weir. I'm going to end my rivalry with them. Offer them a trade deal. No, they're not really liking that. So I'm going to keep that as it stands for the moment. Sensor link expired. This one has expired as well. We can put a new bit of research here. Loop Institute. And core sector systems. Leader lifespan. Let's go for this Loop Institute here. If I go to the surface on the planet here, of course I got my Curator Vault here already. I've got my Research Institute here already. Different bits of research happening on here already, as we can see. But if I were to replace this with something else, could I replace this with one of the newer buildings? Spiral Power Hub. Now, the people on here are typically quite happy. As you can see, 70%. Let's feed that into there. Significantly increase the power output of the planet using techniques that with no place in conventional physics. So maybe what I should really be doing, I should be looking at my planet list and looking at the output based upon power. Now which one's got the best power output? How can I sort it by power? That's 49 there. 52. Well, it looks like Alpha Centauri wins here. Power, 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 and that's of course a farm. It looks like we're actually getting nice stuff to be done on here. People are relatively happy at 72%. Can I build that power loop thing in here? Doesn't look like I can. Frontier Clinic I built in here, but no, that won't really help me. Let's go back to our main world here and let's look at what we can get rid of. Let's go replacing this one here with that loop 1. And that robot I want to resettle to a newer world. So go and send it to my latest world here, which is more towards the bottom. And let's send it here maybe. Ooh. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to keep it where it was. Rivalry is ended, which is good. So we're aiming for. But I think looking at the clock, it's about time for us to call it a day. So we're going to basically save away the game and we're going to carry on in the next episode. In the meantime, thanks again for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it and we'll see you then. Bye bye.